All right, this is engineered light that's reaching into the depths of the kitchen and from the living room. And you're looking at the pattern of the blinds that's appearing above my head in the kitchen. This is literally stalking with light. And so you're looking at what's occurring inside of my apartment. This is what's happening in the environment. This is light that is literally stalking, and you can witness the demonic when you're seeing this. This is light that's moving from being aimed through. It's impossible light activity. The light source is over the building, just like you saw as the demons that are the Los Angeles Police Department. This is the evidence of what they are and what they're doing. They are stalking, and they're stalking in a helicopter while they're monitoring what's going on the internet. And they are maintaining, they being the entity that I'm surrounded by, a demon-possessed population that are engaged in obsessive stalking, and they literally engage in and show the fact that they're stalking, because this is why you have what is light, impossible light activity, that is indeed stalking literally my location in the apartment. This is reaching across the kitchen and across the living room into the kitchen, and this is documentation of what is terrorism. It's also this is a documentation of what is, again, by terrorism. What are you getting at? You're talking about things that are happening that are beyond what somebody can articulate, but for the ability to document and prosecute, create what is a body of evidence in order to establish precedent for what a corrupt government is doing. It's designed to psychologically torture the ordinary target individual and to result in what is defamation of that person. And that's why you have, again, stalkers using helicopters. This is enhancing that psychological torture that they're subject to while you're surrounded by demonic methods of light activity, which is literally pursuing you. And that's exactly what you're seeing while the light source remains over me as I go from my office back to my apartment, outside of both windows in the living room, and then out of my bedroom window in the evening. This is a demon-possessed entity's failed attempt to engage in what is psychologically torturing someone. I'm advocating on behalf of the ordinary target individual, and I'm showing you what a corrupt government is practicing. It's demonic activity, and it's also criminal, because the government is utilizing what is presence in your path. The government is engaged in group stalking. Group stalking is demonic activity. The government is maintaining presence in your path 24/7 by the people of the state who are living around you, coming around you in public, any public place, any private place, any bathroom, except for when you're inside of your private space, like I live by myself. But this is how the entity is maintaining that environment, maintaining constructive presence, okay? This is equally terrorizing. This is serving for what is psychological torture. All right, and this is the apartment, this is the light activity that the Los Angeles Police Department are flying over, amplifying helicopter activity. They're flying in relevant position to me, flying in a circle. This is the outward demonstration of demon possession. One, they engage in pacing conduct. The LAPD demonstrated to the world their condition, and they did it with regard to what is, criminally speaking, it's terrorism while you demonstrate your demon possession and you're a part of a police agency. It's terrorism while you're engaging in what is criminal acts intended to psychologically torture someone. It's criminal and it's terrorism while you are seeking to keep them under surveillance in violation of the law and in concert with every single person that is maintaining physical presence in this specific environment. So I just want you to see this. This is the pattern of crime, and this is entirely demonic, and this is what is surrounding you. So you have people like Emiko Nagasaku, who comes onto the grounds to submit an application to live on the grounds. The entity is maintaining the light source over me. The entity is engaging in what is all manner of a communication of a threat with that light activity and that light source. And everything that they're talking about is nothing other than audible activity. The entity is still engaging in what is stalking, that is communicating a threat, while a psychopath is talking to you about their application that they want to submit, which is audible activity in relevant position, and their movement around, presence around, in concert with the rest of the people of the state and the state that is stalking by helicopter. That's what I documented under the light source, which, by the way, I referenced documentation. So you're seeing what is not the natural environment. These are demons that are engaging in a malicious criminal system, and they're doing it in concert with the entity that is stalking by helicopter, which is, again, nothing other than underscoring what is that demonic system, that criminal system of surveillance that's underway. You saw that's, again, and then when Emiko Nagasaku and her son, who are documented on the Google Drive, so you can get the correct pronunciation, read it yourself. This is nonetheless a third-party group stalker, and this is a demon-possessed one, and while she drives adjacent to the nearest surface, you have light that is ricocheting, appearing to ricochet off of a vehicle, but sunlight doesn't do that. This is a demon that is coexisting with what is the maintenance of engineered light, dynamic engineered light, moving across a building while they are crossing path. This is what you are engaging in when you're maintaining the engineered light inside of the private space, and as I move, demons are surrounding outside of the apartment, including by helicopter, like you saw LAPD doing, while they are aware of the fact of who's being documented. In Silverview townhomes, they are sex offenders, they are group stalkers, they are in the path. Have you seen them engage in the pattern of conduct even at nightfall? Demons pacing in and out of that property, and impossible light activity swiping across the backside of building 1818. No headlights create any dynamic light. That's the pattern of conduct that Emiko Nagasaku engaged in during the day. The demons, the third-party group stalkers who are being, again, documented, engaging in the state's pattern of conduct while they live in relevant position at Silverview townhomes, have directly engaged in the pattern of conduct. Okay, but you don't even need that evidence. You're understanding the purpose of the environment, which is a scientific impossibility. It's because the pattern of conduct is underway, and that is sufficient. So I'm going to the extent to prove and establish that that is indeed the case and that there is no exception. But it is nothing other than the fact of you identify the phenomenon. That's exactly what's happening. All right. It's a demonic imitation of the natural environment. Okay. And by the way, just as an aside, I'm not going to preach, but Satan is an imitator. Satan is a wannabe. Satan is a created being, not the creator. All he can do is imitate and follow, which is stalking. Okay, those who are not of that condition. And there is an obsession with those that are not of that condition, that are not under that dark dominion. Okay, and it is nothing to be fearful of. It is entirely obvious, as you can see. It is clearly twisted and demented, very weird on its surface, nothing normal about it. Neither are the people who are in that environment. None of them are normal. None of them. It's entirely malicious. It is obviously demented. It's clearly demonic, and it's serving a criminal purpose. All right. And so I want to be clear. This is currently 1:03 p.m. The entity is maintaining the light source over my apartment, and you're looking at another iteration of what is stalking me with light. This is what demons do. OK, demons that are egregious and highly demented and yet to be removed from government positions. Those are demons that stalk with light in helicopters. Those are demons that stalk with light that are working in the courts, sitting on the bench, working in the legal profession, working in the medical field, and they're demons that are in positions that they have yet to be removed from. That's what the pattern of conduct is about. Okay, it is a matter of public corruption. It is demonic activity. It's currently 1:04 p.m. This is P.O.C. I want you to understand this has, well, it's clearly understand that has nothing to do with the, and this is light activity also. Here's more, all right? And then you're understanding what are demons that surround you. That's the prosecution of the people of the state, a massive prosecution. Every single person is in that environment monitoring inside of a private space. That's smart janitorial. They're going to federal prison. And this is the light source that's directly over my apartment, distinct from what is the method of surrounding with engineered light inside of the private space, inside of the workplace, which is what I'm also documenting. And that's serving for it as prosecution, just like you saw Carlo Lopez engaging in the criminal acts of psychological torture in concert. Those are demons that are doing that. Group stalking at work, group stalking while you're coming onto the ground systematically. That's universal waste. He's going to federal prison. And that's civil and criminal prosecution for that company. You have what is smart janitorial. They're going to federal prison. And that's civil and criminal prosecution for them, their systematic engagement in that prosecution. And they're engaging in a sex offense right now while you're looking at that light activity that is stalking me into the depths of my kitchen. And then you're understanding what is a demon and what's a psychopath that wants to appear focused on some activity. And all they're doing is stalking in the path. The light source is over them. All manner of the evidence surrounds them. That's the demon possessed. That's the secret society. And there's nothing elite or intelligent about it at all. Okay, it's nothing other than darkness. All right, and this is what the government is practicing. It is currently 1:05 p.m. This is P.O.C.